Welcome to Gene's Reviews, where I basically do whatever the hell I want. Hello everybody. Today in my car, I'm doing one from the channel Encountering Wildlife. This says unknown face caught on trail cam. I love these trail cam videos. They capture some pretty cool stuff. Let's check it out.
If you have any unusual, rare, or interesting trail cam captures, please feel free to send them in to the email encountering.bigfoot11@gmail.com.
And since they're on trail cam, they'd be really hard to fake, so I find them really cool.
Our first trail cam capture was posted
Porcupines.
on January 15th of 2012 and depicts a romantic scene between two porcupines sitting atop a rock. Or perhaps they're having a staring contest. Either way, it's a hilarious scene that
cool.
you do not encounter in the wild very often. This capture was posted by the First Light Hunting Journal and depicts a very weird or abnormal deer antler formation. Instead of curving upwards like normal, these antlers have straightened out, which is something that I have not seen before.
It looks like its right ear is
If
moved.
you know why a deer's antlers straighten out like this, leave a
that.
comment down below explaining.
Just a deformity.
And speaking of abnormal
probably.
antler formations, we look at this post by Gary's Pawn and Gun back in August of 2020. And the capture reveals what at first glance looks like a 1,000 point buck, which,
tumbleweed,
after a closer look, is actually just some tumbleweed and sticks in his rack. Back in the late 1980s in the state of Ohio, there was supposedly an authentic 1,000 point rack discovered on a buck that was already dead.
Wow.
And even though this isn't a 1,000 point rack, it's definitely an interesting capture nonetheless.
It's pretty cool.
This next capture is from Buchanan County, Virginia, located in the western part of the state. And in a small rural area of the county known as Dismal Creek, northwest of Whitewood, and was posted by the Buchanan County Free Press on April 19th of this year. It's the highlight capture of the video depicting a face as it violently shakes the trail cam, or at least appears to. The unknown face looks very human, except for one small characteristic.
Virginia
its
doesn't
head
have gorillas.
seems to be sunken in between both of its shoulders, a characteristic that humans do not have. Its face also looks partially deformed and scarred. One thing that's for certain is that it's not an ordinary animal such as a bear, which leaves one giant question unanswered. What is it? Leave your answer of what you think it is down in the comment section below. This next one was posted on January 22nd, 2020 by Robert Morrison to the South Texas Bigfoot Research Organization Facebook page and depicts an unknown animal in the center of the screen. Some have suggested that it is just merely a hog, while others have disagreed.
It's not a hog,
pointing out two visibly abnormal arms stretched out in front of the creature.
It's looking right at the camera.
And a slumped-over back with a conical-shaped head attached. Facial features can even be made out in the enhanced version of the image. But regardless, it's low quality, leaving room for debate.
Some kind of an ape, I don't know. Maybe a baby Bigfoot.
And lastly, we look at this image posted by the Great Smoky Mountains on March 27th of 2021, depicting a visibly tense standoff between a coyote and an eagle. Who would win in this matchup?
My money's on the eagle.
My bet's on the coyote.
The eagle can fly away, though.
This next segment is a must-watch.
They're pretty vicious.
Mountain lions, native cats to the Americas, and the fourth largest cat species in the entire world. They can weigh hundreds of pounds in pure muscle and are as dangerous as it gets, some even as large as a jaguar, and encountering one could be horrifying.
They look
Before
pissed off.
extermination by humans, they used to live all over the eastern United States, but now they are mainly focused in areas of the Rocky Mountains out west. But this incident that I'm about to tell you occurred in my home state of Missouri, where mountain lion sightings have become more common in recent years. In 1923, the last known confirmed mountain lion in Missouri was killed. But nearly a century later, maps have shown us consistently that cougars are now dispersing back into the eastern portions of the United States. And this is
Going
not
back to where it's
surprising,
warmer?
considering a state like Missouri is home to the Ozark Mountains, an area that I would deem viable cougar habitat. Millions of acres of untouched forestland. This incident occurred in Ripley County, which is located in the southeastern portion of the state. It's October 2012, and a man by the name Lee Ray Pickerel is setting up trail cams on his property located on County Road K5. After getting in contact with the Missouri Department of Conservation, I was able to get in touch with Lee Ray Pickerel. I briefly spoke with him. On a farm property, Lee never expected to capture what he recorded, and when he loaded them up on the computer screen, he immediately yelled at his wife. The area reportedly has a high deer population, which would serve as a plentiful food source for the cat. And since these cats are nocturnal hunters, all three of the trail cam captures were taken at night.
I don't see. Oh, there we go.
It was on the night of October 27th, and the first trail cam capture was taken at 8:14 p.m. And up until this point, Lee had never seen signs of a mountain lion on his property before. And in this capture, we can clearly see the back end of one as it walks away from the camera. The following night, around the same time, a separate trail cam in a different spot took this photograph. And in my opinion, is the most impressive of the three. In this one, the mountain lion seems to notice the trail cam, and you can see its bright yellow eye shine as it looks forward.
It's looking right at it.
And on the same night, the mountain lion walks through the same area it did the night prior, giving us a little insight on its hunting routes. It also makes you wonder how long it stayed around and where all it had went. So I was hiking and I discovered these imprints in the dirt. And if you look, they look like straight lines right where I have my finger pointed. Now, my theory is that these are tail dragging marks from some kind of cat or dog. And this is not the first time that I've found them. I'm not sure if you can see those, but those are straight lines.
Kind of.
And they really have no apparent reason for being there, other than if they were some kind of partial tail dragging mark. Now, when I found them 2 weeks ago, there were feline tracks. There's some tracks here, but they're not very defined. These that I found were very defined feline tracks, and the only feline that would have a tail dragging mark would be a mountain lion or a panther, because bobcats have very short, stubby tails. A few days prior, in an area which is near, I took this 3D scan using LiDAR technology, which reveals details that the human eye cannot normally see, of a bone pile, which presumably is that of a coyote. We can see a well-preserved skull and a couple other bones surrounding it. But could this be evidence that an upper-level predator was in the area? and perhaps was the cause of death for this coyote. It could have easily died from other natural causes, but it's an interesting find nonetheless. Tell me what you think down in the comment section below. This all brings up one very important question. Are mountain lions returning to the east? And as in returning, I mean actual breeding populations. While an encounter with one of these things would be extremely scary and life-threatening, it's not something to worry about. Attacks on humans are very rare, and even if they are returning back to the eastern United States after all these years, these creatures tend to stay to themselves and avoid humans altogether.
I didn't know that. Because if I saw one, my natural inclination would be to run. Let me know what you thought of that in the comments down below. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like, all that stuff. Now it's time for a joke. My sister's dog died yesterday, so I went and got her one that was identical. She was so mad. She said, "What am I going to do with 2 dead dogs?" Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, all that fun stuff. And if you like this video, tell all your friends, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like it, then just shut up. And I will see you next time.